Wonder who's going to come join me today. Still feels awkward talking to myself, but we'll get used to it. How you doing out there? Those of you joining the live, I'm Chef Pat Lee. I'll be doing these a little bit more frequently just to shoot the breeze, answer any questions you have, and just chat. So if you're new to this page, I cook pretty much on a daily basis. I make recipes that are easy to follow. I also do food reviews, and ah, somebody knows the bonnet. What's going on out there? Thanks for joining the live. Hope you're doing well today. Supposed to get my hair cut tomorrow, and I didn't want y'all to see me looking a hot mess, so the bonnet's on for today. But appreciate noticing. How are you doing today? It's definitely going to take me a while to get used to talking to a camera because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I talk to a camera all the time. I record content, but when you talk on live, there's probably maybe like one or two people who join. Sometimes nobody joins at first. So it's almost like having a small conversation with yourself. But when this is recorded and up on my page, people will see it. So no matter what goes on, I still have to talk. I am doing well. Thanks for asking. I actually just got back from a 6-hour drive from North Carolina. Grandmother wanted to visit the family, so we went to go pick her up last night and brought her back today. Still got stuff to edit, so right now I'm just chilling. Thought I'd talk to y'all and see what y'all up to. Memorial Day weekend is coming up. Any plans? Any barbecues? Any cookouts? Working, chilling? I know I plan on doing some cooking this weekend and I'll have some content filmed with that. So hopefully I'll go live on Memorial Day. Actually, you know what? I will go live because my family has been trying to get on my YouTube page for the longest. I actually filmed a video while I was down there yesterday with my mom and grandmother and grandfather. But the rest of my family wants to be on the YouTube page. So you'll see my family this weekend if you happen to tune into my live. That's good to hear. It's always good to spend time with the family, especially around the holidays. You and your family have anything specific you're planning? Going out, barbecuing, or just gonna chill at the house? I see more people have joined the live. Welcome, my friends. Thank you for joining. If you can, drop your locations in the comments so I can know where you guys are from. Love to know where my audience is at, to see if you guys are local, to see if you're international. Just an idea on where you guys are at. And of course, I'll go first. I'm actually based in Delaware, for those of you guys don't know. Someone came to the live last time and asked me if I had an accent. It's a New York thing. I'm actually originally from Brooklyn, but I currently live in Delaware. So from time to time, you may hear the New York accent slip out. Oh, that's nice. Well, hopefully you have fun at the barbecue. Oh, you're from Dallas? That's cool. That's actually one of the places in Texas I want to go to. I went to Houston last year. Love Houston. Want to go to Dallas though, and Austin, Texas. Primarily Dallas because I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fan, and it's part of my bucket list to actually go to a game. So hopefully that happens within the next 5 years. But I'm not sure who I would go to the game with because my wife doesn't really watch or like football. But I'm sure she would be along for the ride. Would you, babe? If I was to go to a Dallas Cowboys game, would you want to go? What do you mean to do what? To watch football? That sounds like a yes to me. He said, okay. Oh, nice. What part of Louisiana? I've only been to one part. I've only been to New Orleans, but New Orleans has some really great food. I actually talked about it on my live yesterday. It's probably one of my top five favorite food spots. I'm actually trying to get my wife to join the live, but she probably won't. Maybe she'll hop in on the chat and talk from there. Hint, hint. You wanna hop on the live with me? You don't have to show your face. I'll let you make fun of me. I thought that would have got her to budge. Huh. Oh well. Shreveport. Okay. Did you just really just let your hair down just to come on the live? No, because you had a hoodie on. I didn't know. Are there any good food places in Shreveport? Just curious. Shreveport. That's how you pronounce it? Oh, learn something new. Somebody actually noticed the bonnet and complimented me. It feels so pretty. You said congrats. I don't get many compliments, man. Usually get strange looks. I don't do strange things. I sit and talk. I mind my business, and I have fun. Ooh, I'm tired. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this live. I might do it for another half hour, just to chat and see who hops on. I still haven't eaten yet, but figure I'll hop on and do this. For those of y'all who've done lives before, I hats off to y'all because doing content is one thing, but I wouldn't even say this is hard, but to just talk. I'm a yapper naturally, so you'll see over time I talk and I talk and I talk and I talk. But just to keep a conversation going and not knowing who's going to be in the opposite end is kind of challenging sometimes. But just got to roll with the punches. The all the good food is in New Orleans. I figured as much. Yes, listen, I say it all the time. I come from a black woman. I'm married to a black woman. I've got nothing but love for black women. You will never hear me say a bad thing about black women ever. I will always be an advocate. I will always fight for y'all. Not just on threads, real life too. But, hopefully the platform and the voice gets bigger because it's a fight that definitely needs to go just beyond social media, if that makes sense. I think that might be the soap from DoorDash. I'm hoping I can get more of my, as weird as it sounds, don't get me wrong. I love my audience on my YouTube page because they've been supportive and they've definitely helped me to get to where I'm at. But most of my audience is men. And while that's cool because, it's the support that they give me, I would like more women to come and support my page too, just because I feel like they engage. You know, they're naturally supportive, as you can see from the live that I have now. They're very engaging. I get a lot of trolls on my page, and if you follow me on threads, trolls aren't a problem. Like I fight trolls off on a daily basis and hurt feelings. I don't listen. Trolls need to be bullied, all right? I'll stand on that. They spend half of their time hiding in the basements behind a fake profile, talking the most crap, and then they just think it's cool. But then, of course, when I say something, it's bullying. but that's fine. But point being, ladies, I appreciate y'all. Come support my YouTube page. What else could we talk about? Yeah, it's a lot of faceless ones out there, and that's the point. They want to have bold opinions and they hide their faces. And the funny thing is, usually it's the ones who hide their faces that have the loudest mouths. But I've learned from time and time that once you confront them and you force them to be accountable, they're usually gone in like a second, especially when I show up. Like it's not to boost myself, but I have conversations with my wife about this all the time. It's one thing when women talk to other men and the man confronts them and they kind of have that back and forth, but when a man does it, all of a sudden they shut down, they stop talking, they change their tone and direction, or they just flat out disappear. And I can only imagine how it is for y'all because it must be tiring to go on social media every single day and just breathe, and then it's like nonstop trolling and nonsense.
Oh my gosh, you should ask their opinion on the situation I was telling you about at the gym last Friday morning. About the
Oh, the one
guy.
about the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Before we get into that, someone had asked what was my inspiration to start my YouTube channel. Great question, and I'm surprised no one's actually asked me that question. So thank you very much. So I've been a chef for a while, and I've been doing social media content for the last 4 or 5 years. But one of the things that I don't like about social media, especially being a chef, is that the recipes that I create, Instagram and TikTok kind of forces this, uh, for lack of a better term, this quick paced this quick pace mentality. Like, you see a video, you scroll, you see a video, you scroll. And when I create recipes, I like to actually explain like the scientific process behind certain recipes or ingredients, or I like to go in depth with recipes. I don't think that the recipes that I create can, suffice with a 60-second video. So as someone who used to be an educator with kids, and I taught literacy and finance back in my corporate days, I like to teach people things about cooking, and YouTube gives me that platform to speak a little bit more on recipes. If I create something, it's not, oh, you're going to get a whole recipe in 60 seconds and then you ask me questions about what was this ingredient, or can you substitute this. Like, I can explain all that in detail with the YouTube page. So hopefully that answers your question. Aside from doing the cooking content on YouTube, I also do a lot of day in the life activities. I do food reviews. Most of the time, if I'm not in the kitchen cooking, you'll see me with my family, or my wife and I. We go to different restaurants and we share our date night experiences, and we share the places that we go to. She also has a channel as well. It's Keisha, KESHIA underscore KEESH. I'll repeat that again for y'all. It's KESHIA underscore KEESH. She does a lot more lifestyle content, a lot more beauty content. So if you don't mind, go support her channel as well. Trying to get her channel and platform to grow just as much as mine, hopefully bigger. But yeah. But she did want me to tell this story, and I'm pretty sure she'll tell it because you hear it in the background. But she went to the gym last week. Uh, what gym was it?
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Yeah, she went to Planet Fitness. She went to the gym, and this guy was trying to bum rush her to get through the door, and she opens the door, but she doesn't hold the door for him. Now, as a man, I don't really see nothing wrong with that. I'm not expecting a woman to hold the door for me. I hold the door for a woman because chivalry. But he gave her a whole entire argument, basically saying, "Oh, you can't hold the door for me." And she gave him like the dirtiest look and then walked off. She'll probably tell the story. Matter of fact, you tell the story. You're a little more animated with it. You were there, I would think. So yeah, tell the story. They can hear you in the background.
You be butchering stories.
I don't butcher stories. I get to the point. I'm more so like
You
the.
don't even get to the point. Like you go around the block trying to figure out where the point is. Like
But listen, that's the story though. But you could tell a little bit more animated. Tell the story.
basically, it was 6 a.m.
Hold on a second. Matter of fact, let me take my. I'll take my AirPods off so they can hear you because you talk kind of low. Someone. Lady Bell. She's been. I've been chatting with her in the chat. She says she's following you. She liked your solo date when you went cake decorating. Say, but yeah. Oh, you can tell your story.
Oh, basically it was 6 a.m. and I was going inside the gym and he was like leaving out of
Let
the
me get
gym.
close so they can hear you.
I don't talk that low, like relax, homie. So it was 6
Maybe I'm
a.m.
geriatric. I can't hear. I can't hear you. Okay, there we go. You look like you about to get up to yell.
Sure, my
All right, I'm sorry. Tell your story.
So I was going into the gym and he was leaving out of the gym. But he was like the left of the door.
Mm-hmm.
And so he wasn't like close enough to the door that I would think that like you were leaving. And so anyway, I walked into the gym and pulled my phone out so I can like go ahead and check in. And he was like, "Wow, you can't hold the door open for me." And I like made like this stink look and like walked off, rolled my eyes, and like checked in.
Mm-hmm.
And thought to myself, if anything, if you were walking out of the gym and you saw me walking into the gym at 6 a.m. as like a woman, like why wouldn't you hold the door open for me?
Agreed.
Even literally like yesterday, I went to like Wawa and it was like a group of like young guys like coming out of like the store, and they were like already basically out. They were like, "Oh, hold on, stopped, held the door open for me on both accounts." So like, what do you mean? Like, why would I? If anything, no, I didn't hold the door open for you. You have two hands and two legs. Hold your own damn door open. If anything, you should have got the door for me. And then to saying something about it just made you even more of a bitch, honestly. But
Well, those dudes are definitely raised right. First of all. Second of all, f that guy. Wish I was there. I would have definitely said something to him. And third of all, I told the exact same story the same way you did.
right,
I might have left out, a little bit of oomph in that story, but it was more or less the same.
right.
But yeah, like she said, like she said, fellas, if you're listening, hold the door for the ladies. It don't matter if you're dating her or not. Hold the door. She ain't got to hold the door for you. I don't understand what happened with chivalry, but
It's not even about chivalry. Like, it's just about, like, if y'all want to be so traditional, right? If y'all swear, like, oh, like, we just need to get back to traditional values, then traditionally says, hold the motherfucking door. Hold the door.
nah, he wanted you to hold his door. He wanted you to pull the seat out for him. He wanted you to compliment on him on his beauty. How do he look anyway?
It's 6 a.m. I'm not making. I'm not registering.
The only reason I'm asking is because it's always the guys who look like they got put in the air fryer that got the most to say.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm sorry to that man.
Okay, Kiki.
Like it's 6 a.m. Like why I'm not looking to make eye contact with anybody. I barely want to be in the gym. I'm convinced myself to be here. Like why are you talking to me? Actually, what about this scenario? What about my face says? Yeah, let me interact. No, don't talk to me.
That must have made him even madder to even know that you
Exactly.
didn't acknowledge him at all in that whole
Exactly.
situation.
Exactly. Because even like for a second to be like, I'm gonna say something and be like, you know what? I'm gonna pay you dust. Because what's worse, what is so much worse, is for you to be treated as if you do not exist. Remember somebody tried to talk to me before, and they were like, "Oh, don't you remember me from such and such place?" Which I genuinely did not, and I was like, "Oh, am I supposed to?" And when I retell that story, people be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so mean," and I'm like, "What is memorable about the situation? Like, why would I remember that?" And they're like, "How do you not hear the meanness in that?" I don't. I don't know. Leave me be. Don't talk to me. It's 6 a.m.
And yeah, I was the lucky one who talked to her. You know that's true, right?
What?
I'm lucky because most people who you interact with think that you kind of mean sometimes, which isn't true, by the way. But I'm the lucky one because you actually like being around me and like talking to me.
I'm not mean. I'm just not for the shenanigans.
No, I just told them you're not mean. people get that vibe because you're not, the traditional, hey guys, how you doing? How's everything? Let's hug. Let's like, you're not that person. You're like, why are you in my face? She's an Aquarius, by the way, so that explains some of that behavior. But she's not a mean person. She's very sweet. She's very cool. I mean, I married her, of course. I wouldn't if she was mean.
I think I am a very kind, hilarious person. I
I think you're
wouldn't say
kind
I'm
too.
nice. I wouldn't say I'm nice, but I would say I'm a kind person.
I would say you're nice to certain people, people who deserve it. You're not nice to everybody, but then again,
Why? Read the room. I wish you'd be.
mm,
She didn't even talk to people.
yeah, it's so crazy how we both have distinct personalities. Like I'm a certified yapper. I'm a chatterbox. I'll talk to any and everybody. She's an introverted extrovert. Like she'll talk to people, but once the social battery drains, that's it. Don't bother her. Don't talk to her. Don't make eye contact. Don't even smell her way.
Don't smell her way is crazy.
Just leave her be. Even I know that. Hey, hey. Trish joined the chat. Remember from
Hey,
the
girl.
YouTube? Yeah, YouTube video. Why am I tongue tied?
I'll be watching her videos.
Yeah, every time I watch your videos, I be looking at my house like I could do some improvements.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I got to,
Got
I
to
got to
step my
get it
game up.
together. I didn't know she was in nursing school. That's a lot.
Oh, I didn't know you were in nursing school either. Mm, hats off to you. That's one of the very few careers that I have like the utmost respect for.
Mm-hmm.
Nurses are like nurses. I respect nurses more than doctors. They actually, I feel like nurses do a lot more work than the doctors. Doctors just come in, they look at you and go, "Yeah, you're fat. Get some Ozempic." But nurses
Like,
will,
okay.
which ain't nothing wrong with that because
Jab me up. What's
Ozempic,
up?
give me a little stabby stab. Ozempic never hurt nobody. But yeah, like nurses are there. They're taking the blood work. They're actually testing the vitals. They're having a small talk with you. They're making you feel welcome. Oh, she said she graduated years ago.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to know this information.
Because I saw a video that popped up. It didn't. I didn't see the date that she had uploaded, but it was about balancing going to nursing school.
Got
So
you. But same sentiment applies. We love nurses. Nurses are amazing. Also, if you're watching the live, go follow Homebody Trish. I guarantee you, when you look at her content, you'll look at your own home and think, like, damn, I got a lot to work on. Because I look at my place sometimes and I'm like, I mean, I don't want to say hellhole. That's not an appropriate word because that's not true at
relax,
all.
relax, relax.
It's not a hellhole, but like her content, like really, really makes you want to step your game up when it comes to fixing up your house and just the natural aesthetic. So make sure you go follow her page. And for those of y'all who just joined the live, thanks for joining the live. I'm just here in my bonnet, chilling, answering questions, having some small talk with everybody. I said I would do these lives a little bit more frequently. So if you're wanting to chat, you want to answer any questions, feel free to tag along, feel free to chat. I do a lot of content based around, cooking food and doing food reviews, but I want you guys to see a little bit about me behind the scenes, get to know me from a human perspective, if that makes sense. Now, listen, if we had the money, we'd pay you to fix our house up. Like you do your thing. Trust me. Anyway, for those of y'all joining the live, what y'all got planned for this weekend? I know Memorial Day weekend is coming up. I'll be doing some cooking at my mom's house. Family's coming over. But what y'all got planned? Any plans? Anybody going out? Anybody barbecuing? Anybody going on any cookouts or barbecues? The more I do these lives, the more I get a little bit more comfortable with it. Sometimes it does feel like I'm talking to myself. More often than not, you will see me just talking to myself, but that's just the name of the game sometimes. I'm tapping into a new level of content creator, no longer just pre-recording myself in front of a camera, just having a conversation and editing out certain parts. Sometimes I'll have a brain fart. Sometimes I'll stutter when I talk. Sometimes I'll say something and kind of backtrack because I lose a train of thought. Blame old age, blame ADHD. But that's the human side of me. I want you guys to see what it's like for me to talk in front of a camera when I'm not editing anything. Okay, you might throw some stuff on the grill. What kind of stuff, you don't mind me asking? I know some people like to, cook burgers. Some people like to, go all out, make the chicken and steak type of thing. Anything particular you got planned to put on the grill? No, my mom just got a hibachi installed, not hibachi, a black stone installed in her backyard, and she wants me to do some hibachi. So I'll be looking forward to doing that on top of the normal stuff like steaks and burgers and chicken and things like that. Talking about food's getting me hungry. I've not eaten since when was the last time I ate? I want to say 1 o'clock. Yeah, I need to go. I'm about to go eat in a little bit before it gets too late. Still good. That's aside from the hibachi. That's pretty much what I'm making this weekend too. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off the live right now. I'm gonna get myself something to eat before it gets too late. But for those of y'all who joined the live, and let me just give y'all shout outs real quick. Lady Bell, thank you for engaging. Thank you for being the first person to talk in the chat. Much love, much appreciated. I'll see you on Threads. Homebody Trish, appreciate you for joining the chat as well. Make sure you go follow her page for all the DIY and homebody content, and also some of the best cleaning content out there. Again, make sure you follow my lady, Keisha underscore Keish. That's KESHIA underscore KEESH for all the lifestyle, day in the life, beauty content, great content as well. And of course, make sure you subscribe to my channel for recipes, food reviews, and everything else. Um, if I forgot you, I'll remember you later. Sorry, it's ADHD brain popping up. But yeah, I'm out. Go subscribe to the page. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.